Hello everyone, it's Deer75 back again with another video. And no, it's not on the M60. It's actually my personal opinion on matchmaking. And when I'm making this video, I'm just gonna go over what I believe and not what I believe. Well, yeah, but when it comes to matchmaking, I'm personally not the biggest fan of matchmaking because I pretty much have the same ideals as Girdles when it comes to matchmaking. I don't think it should be win rate based, because even if you got the same win rates on both teams, like exactly the same skill level, but the enemy team has certain tanks, like it does, like one team has 2 mediums and then another team has 2 mediums and a light, or a medium and a light. That team, or the team with the light tank, already has an advantage because now they're able to spot, and that's not good. So that's why, people are thinking like make it so it's the exact same tanks on both sides, like pretty much a tank, like tanks that have similar playstyles, like M60s matched with a M48 Patton or an STB, and a mouse is matched with a E100, a VK72, a VK90, an IS4 even, because an IS4 does this, pretty much has the same job as a mouse. It just is more versatile. I personally find with having an, or like I said, because E100s are a pretty popular tank. So I don't think if you have a mouse, you'll probably end up finding an E100 on the enemy team. So I don't see a problem with that. A lot of light tanks going around. Okay, well, ignore that shot one. A lot of light tanks going around in tier 10 right now. Like, we have 3 light tanks. We have the Bat Chat, as y'all know, the original one, the Sheridan, the Vickers Light. All 3 are very good. All 3 are very unique.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Okay, don't turn your turret. E100.
Ricochet.
Hold still. And now we're gonna track him again. Okay, new, but we'll track him. Oh, that didn't pen. But I don't think it should be win rate based. I feel like it should be more tank based. So if it's win rate based, then it's just gonna come down to the tanks they're in. And also that means that you won't see any more of those high damage 10k battles, 9,000 damage battles. You won't see any more of those. And then also with the tank thing, when it's matching up certain tanks, you won't get like for example, a map that has which is really good for TDs. If one team has 3 tier 10 TDs and the other team has 2 tier 9 ones, that team with the 3 tier 10 TDs is gonna win, because it's a very good map for them. So that was just a quick video. Just needed a quick one, and also I was trying to get my opinion out there. Just pulling out some like gameplay for you all. Pretty good for only 1k battles. Is that his only tier 10? I bet it is. Unless he bought one. Oh, he has 2. What's his most played tank then? Huh. Interesting. Very good for only 1k battles. Props to him. But yeah, 3k. Yeah, congrats. So, and personally, I think Wargaming should just do what Driddle said. Make it so it's not win rate based, and where you have your own brackets, yada yada yada. No. It should be like a Yagurus matched up against something like, your best example would be, okay, that's just my team's complaining about teams. My teammates complaining about, clanmates complaining about teams. Dang, I can't talk today. Sorry. Basically, it should be like M60 paired up against an M48 Patton, or a, I don't really have any more. Yeah, and then, or a Prague or something. Make its ways even. Or an STB. T-22 matched up against, well, it's a T-22. Against other T-22, say, tanks that have similar playstyles, like M60s, Object 140s, stuff like that. Or WZ-121. A Progetto 65. Pair it up against a FE-422. Very weakly armored, turreted tanks. Both have decent DPM. Both are very unique. One has Hesh, one has an auto reloader. A Batchat, pair it up against a Vickers Light and a Sheridan, or another Batchat. WZ-113, pair it up against an IS-7 or an IS-4, or a WZ-111-5A. An E-100, pair it up against a Mouse, a VK72.01K, a VK90.01P, another E-100, an E5 paired up against another E5, a Kronwagen, a I need to see a tech tree. I'm forgetting my tanks right now. Sorry. Tanks. What's a good one to pair it up against? Come on, I need a good one for an E5. For a Kronwagen, an FE215B. No. And yeah, like, and for a AMX 50B paired up against the AMX, not an AMX, the T57 Heavy, or another AMX 50B, and if you have a FV4005, pair it up against a Girl 15, or like another weakly armored TD, or, well, at its own tier. Like, let's say you have 5 tier 10s on each team. It shouldn't be like, oh, one team has 2 girls and another team has 2. That means, oh, put 2 tanks that have similar playstyles, because put 2 waffles on that team. Or Waffenträgers. My German sucks today, but I was trying Trägers, which that's a huge disadvantage. One has more hit points, one doesn't. Like, the girl is a tier 10. Or it's supposed to be better because it is. Waffle, it's a tier 9. Hit points. Like, seriously. M48 Leopard 1 should be paired up against a Leopard PTA or an M46 Patton. And E5 shouldn't be paired up against an M103 or an Emil 2. A T57 Heavy shouldn't be paired up against an AMX 5120. A WZ-113 shouldn't be paired up against a IS-8, a STI or ST1 or however you want to call it. A T-22 should be paired up against a T-54. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you have it, but back to the scenario of 5 tier 10s on each team and then 2 tier 9s on each team. Let's say one team has a Waffenträger, the other team should have something like maybe a Conway, because it's a tier 9 and doesn't have the best armor. Let me go through the tech tree again. An E4 and then compare it against an E3 or an E3 versus a Yagaru for another tier 10 one. Another glass cannon tank. Come on, I need to find one. Oh, WZ-113 GFT compared up against a Object 263 or a Object 268. Even though it's more similar to a 268 than a 263, but like, you can't always get them perfect. And Ho-Ri, basically pretty much put like a tier 10 TD for a tier 10 TED, a tier 8 heavy for a tier 8 heavy, a tier 10 heavy for a tier 10 heavy, a tier 10 light tank for a tier 10 light tank, so on and so forth. It should be off balance. That's what I think. Stop complaining. So, I hope that makes sense. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. And if you have any video ideas, in the description. And also, about 72% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed. So if you aren't subscribed, I'd like it if you could. If you don't want to, I get it. You don't have to. Or if you're using incognito mode, weirdos. But whatever, you be you. But I just like it because only 70% of you all watching. And if I remember correctly, I'm almost to 40, and then 70%, I'd be at like 100 subscribers or so. My math is really bad right now because it's the weekend, and I don't like doing math on the weekend. So let's try to hit 100. But let's try to hit 100 subscribers. But of course, we take small steps first. We hit 50 subs first, and then we hit 100 subs. 150, then 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, so on and so forth. So let's try to hit 50 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the month, or at least until, let's try to hit 50 at the latest by the end of March. So April 1st, I would like to have 50 subscribers minimum. So I'll see you on the next one, and peace.